It's absolutely freezing, that wind. I've come out to this field of barley just to see how it's doing. Fertiliser's nicely washed in, and I do think it is a little bit better colour than it was the other day. So, all good. Open this door a little bit. Been on the phone. These pigeons all just flew in past me. Little sods. So I'll open the door right, don't let them fly out. This shed, it's got some tractors in it now. 4th of March, March 4th, London. Obviously people have took tractors to London, people have gone on foot to London. But all what we do in London is all about outcomes and what it's going to achieve. Now, a few of us have been chatting about what we can do to get something that's achievable. That's a complete riddle, but anyway, long story short, it's a long game, this APR BPR job, but what we really need is some sort of amnesty in the next 12 months to stop people that are aged wishing they were dead by April 2026. So we've got the opportunity to use Whitehall and a route around London back to sort of past Big Ben, back to Whitehall. So a few meetings with the Met, that's all sorted. So what we need is, it needs to be different, it needs to have a hook. We need to get MPs there, because we need MPs to realise the level of investment there is. Now, with it being Pancake Day, this is the thought. I mean, I'll just use this shed for example. So you need a drill to plant the wheat, then you need to harvest the wheat with a combine. That's an expensive bit of kit as well. You need a telehandler to load and store the combine. Then you need a store to put it in. Woo! Get out! There we go. One that's, you can shut the door to stop pigeons coming in when you're not here. You need one of them. There's a cost to that. You've got the drying costs, and that's just to make the flour. Then you've got the eggs. Now the eggs, you need to have the chickens. You need the £1 million chicken sheds. You need to feed the chickens. Then there's the milk. You need the cows. You need to feed the cows. You need the grass. You need the forage harvesters to make the silage. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And a pancake contains probably about 4 pence worth of ingredients, maybe. You know, maybe a bit more. The eggs are probably dearer than they used to be. Saying that, though, you can make quite a few pancakes out of an egg. But yeah, you'd be talking a pancake probably costs 10 pence, if that. But behind it, you need millions of pounds worth of machinery, and this is the problem. Government do not understand that a fertiliser spreader is now 20-30 grand, a tractor 250 grand, a drill, I mean, I know that's a decent sized one, you know, 170 grand, whatever. But all this stuff, all this investment to make us efficient, and farms being bigger and more efficient, all means that it comes at a cost of 20% on a tax bill. So Martin said not to use the word educate, but we do need to inform MPs, politicians, Treasury, that we have got a serious amount of money invested, and if we take 20% of it away, we just can't do our job. So whether that's in land or whether that's in machinery, or it makes us less efficient. So on the 4th of March, that's what we want to achieve. We want to achieve them understanding agriculture better, because them spouting off, oh, it's okay, you can first £1 million, 3, or you up to 3 million. Well, it's no use on a farm of any scale that's commercially viable, shall we say. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is we want to encourage multi-generations to come to London. You know, we want some older people stood next to a combine, stood next to a tractor, a potato harvester, whatever, and saying, yeah, talk to the MPs themselves and say, yeah, when I started out, a potato harvester was £300 or £400. Over the years, we have traded that in to want a bit more money and a bit more money and a bit more money. So now suddenly, you know, these self-propel things are £700,000-800,000 to grow potatoes that haven't really changed in price. You know, we're not rich and can go out and start from scratch. If you want to start farming from scratch, it's millions. But what they're doing by this tax is expecting you to pay 20% of everything on the yard that's been multi-generational built up. Yeah, so I'm not describing this very well. I think I've still got jet lag. But yeah, it's just not there. We've talked about it loads of times. It's not sustainable. But if we can get some older people there and say, look, you know, I'm in my 80s, this tractor behind me now is similar to what we've got on a farm, or it is the tractor, whichever, or this combine. This is the actual cost of it. If anything happens to me, 20% of it would be liable in the tax bill. And my son, who will be stood next to me, and his son that stood next to him, my grandson, can't farm. That is what we want to achieve out that day. We want an amnesty so for the next 12 months, people can move stuff around, not wish themselves dead because they've got a tax bill hanging over them. And then, over the next 12 months then, we can talk about moving the bar, the threshold, within the policy that they've put out now, which is currently set at £1 million and 20%, which, you know, the tax experts are saying it's not going to do anything. Some farmers of the day went and blocked Keir Starmer in a housing estate, a new housing estate. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It didn't disrupt the public whatsoever. NFU got a bit annoyed. They've got a meeting next week with the Treasury. Whether anything will come out, I don't know. I think they were just worried that it might damage something to do with that meeting. But they come out with a message and probably got it slightly wrong because it just annoyed a lot of people, really. The messaging could have been better, but anyway. The NFU, we need them for when we all go back to our day jobs, but they also need to listen to the members a little bit, don't they? And read the anger within the room of the countryside at the moment. I'm completely waffling now. I'm going to go to the safari park with the kids because I haven't seen them for a week, and we've had a year pass for the safari park up the road, and I think I've been twice since we had it, so I'm going to go there now. Sorry about the waffle. Keep the 4th of March free. Get yourself to London. We'll start off in Westminster. We'll go in a loop. We'll park the machines outside Big Ben. If anyone knows anyone that's got a mobile or a van-based crepe-making van, get in touch, because we think it'd be useful to give out some pancakes to the MPs to lure them out of their office. And yeah, that's the plan anyway. So, off to the safari park. I've just watched that back. I did waffle a bit, but yeah, long story short, March the 4th is a march around London. There's going to be not multiples of tractors, but some key bits of machinery that we can explain the values of what goes behind making a pancake. The outcome from the day is to, I know Martin hates the word, I've said it before, educate, but we need to educate MPs as to the cost of investment on farms to make items that don't cost a lot of money, i.e. pancakes. If they understand that, then they will understand that the rules around inheritance tax are so wrong. So that's the outcome. We don't think we can get the bar moved within the next 12 months to be sustainable. So the first outcome we can have without disrupting the budget is an amnesty to the people of an age or an illness. At the moment, in the next 12 months, it'll self-filter, can transfer stuff before it's too late, and it'll take that guilt that's hanging over them of wishing they weren't there anymore, and a lifetimes of work going to be ruined by them living past April 26. Try to sum it back up, but that's what we're on with. But I think I'm just too tired. Yeah, any sort of protest or action or direct action, you have to make sure that you end up with the right outcome you want. So the other day, blocking Kieran there was hilarious and made people feel a lot better. The only outcome that came out of that was him being rattled. But I see that as a positive, because the first time I've seen him human. It's just whether he doubles down now and just gets angry with farmers. I mean, he's already tried to turn it on its head, saying that it's because of us the NHS is in a mess, which is absolute rubbish. But that is now why we need to educate people into saying we do pay our taxes. It's hard to pay one when you're dead, but equally, every pound of food that's not produced in the UK because you've lost British agriculture is a pound going out the country to buy that food in, and it's not staying in our economy, and that will not sustain the NHS at all either. So this is all stuff that we've got to explain to them, really, because some of them have never had real jobs. Right, waffling again, sorry. In fact, just some maths behind that point. We imported in 2020, and everything's gone up since, £48 billion worth of food, and exported 21 billion. So a 1% increase in UK agriculture would mean that we'd import 480 million. And we also export 21 billion, so a 1% increase on that would be 210 million. So just 1% increase in UKI nets to like 700 million. The tax wants to raise 500 million. So 1% upshift would generate 700 million better off for the UK. Equally, a 1% downturn in ag in the UK would increase imports and reduce exports. So you'd have a 700 million hole. Well, when you think that this is going to affect 76% of farmers, losing 1% of them is a certain, if not 20-30% of them. So this is why the whole thing is completely flawed. In India, James, they walk down the road. I think the rhinos just tried to ram the range truck. Everyone's just backed up really quickly. I mean, to be fair, its feet are that big, I'm sure it could get over that cattle grid. So we're gonna bash it now. Oh, it's gone the other side of the fence. It's got mud on its tusk, hasn't it? Been ploughing.
Can you see that?
That one looks like it's got a sore foot. I wonder how old do we live? Just like dinosaurs, don't we? Doesn't look happy, does he?
No.
Put his tusk straight through the radiator. That Toyota Mitsubishi. Today's quiz question: did a rhino do that? And we're back off. It's like New Delhi with wild animals wandering down the road. Name that song. Next stop was the monkey or chimpanzee baboon enclosure. So you can see them stood in the road. I don't know where you can see the car in front. Then one jumps up the door handle, over the windscreen, down the side of the car, looks what James is eating. Then if you watch this now, you can see them stealing the brake light out of the car in front. Then it's then trying to pull the back wiper off our car. So Charlotte's panned round, there it is pulling on it, and then in a second it manages to get it off and then just runs off with it. That was the only damage though, just a wiper blade for our car. That's the chewing someone's aerial. They're unbelievable. The floor was just littered with wiper blades and bits of trim off cars. Clara's fast asleep, never noticed the monkey nick this wiper. That was her job to guard the back of the car. The car in front, it pulled its high level brake light out, and I don't know if you noticed in the video, but it bounced and jumped up and down in excitement after he did it, so I'll show you that again. Watch it drop to the floor, then it jumps up and down, excited that it's done it. There you go, bang, and then way. Where's the big lion, James? It's cleaning his paws. It's 3, 4.
Can you see them?
He's cleaning his ears.
It bites it. Yeah, it's biting it. It's told it off though. Yeah. Oh no, it's not hurt. It's okay.
Ooh, I'm asleep now.
They're playing. Yeah.
Someone's going to climb the tree.
It's climb tree. Is it going to climb the tree? Yes. Oh. Sharpened claws.
Feeding time for the camels. There's another baboon bus.
Okay, well once again, good afternoon everybody. Welcome along to the third of today's sea lion displays. Mind you, the balancing is in the lovely long whiskers that you guys can see on the side of Roger and Arthur's faces. Now the sea lion's whiskers, believe it or not, they're actually really, really sensitive. You know, 2, 3, go! He's away. Will he hit the high ball? Yeah! Give a big round of applause. Now pick the ball again with his nose. Now this time, Roger, let's get you over to the timer. Now, do you remember earlier when I was telling you how mobile sea lions are? How they use all 4 of their flippers to get about? Watch how quickly Roger flies the stairs to the top of the tower. It's a perfect example of how mobile sea lions are on dry land. Look, he's at the top already. He's away. Will he hit the high ball?
Right, good, James.
Alright guys, that was the end this to the end of the display. The piece, we can't open the doors just yet. It's left with this fine and the health and safety, so please stay where you are. Be as quick.
Ground looks wet with that grass growing. I don't know what they are, but they're massive. Like massive gerbils. Back from the safari park, seen loads of wild animals this week. Oh, kestrel. Just flown out of here, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do the birthdays. Ready, James? Right, this is today's birthday bumper. We've got Leona Kane from Brighter Gold in Ireland, where I was there about this time last year. She's 25 plus. We've got Jacob Kane, 16 in a few days as well. Steve Fox is 63. Ruth Bell is 37. William's 56. Martin Clifton's 53. James is 46. Andy Hellerman is on there as well. Matthew Burns, 7. And Karen Clements is also there. And we're now at 85,693 plus £4,715 gift aid. So happy birthday, everyone on there and anyone else whose birthday is today. Yeah, that's probably all for today. I just want to thank these 2 people, well 4 people. Charlie is over in New Zealand and has had a really warm welcome off a lot of the people that got in contact and said that they could be a host. So here you are now. Thanks for that. So before I forget. Yeah, that's all for today. Let us know any thoughts on what you think the March should look like on the 4th and leave it in the comments. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Nearly had no roast beef then. My mum's cooker went off. Anyway, she switched the switch off and then back on again to see what was going on. And I went over and the switch, there's no electric. I thought that switch doesn't feel right. Took it apart. The wires have been tightened into the back of the socket onto the insulation rather than the copper, as you can see in the picture. So the switch had got warm and then melted inside. So luckily, it didn't cause any trouble. But anyway, I've got it. I put 3 chocolate blocks in now to bypass the switch. You only have to turn it on and off at the electric box. We'll put a new plug on that tomorrow. Well, new switch. So roast beef is back on. Anyway, Joe Seal's ending twice. See you tomorrow.